Do you ever find that you just can't motivate yourself? That you just can't bring yourself to do that task that's been sitting on your to-do list forever? Well, stick with me and I'm going to give you 6.5 ways of how you could potentially sort this out once and for all. Hi everyone, my name's Phil, and usually I like to talk to you about positive thinking, and certainly positive thinking can have an effect on getting things done and helping you self-motivate. But really today I want to go into more detail around 6.5, so 7 different tools and techniques that you can use to help motivate yourself and get yourself ready to finally get that pesky thing done. So step 1, don't run from the task. It's that thing on your to-do list. It's been there forever and you just don't want to start it. So it may well be that it's contacting someone that you know is going to be awkward. It may be trying to begin that project plan when you're not really sure how to begin that project plan, and it's just sat there on your to-do list. You're staring at it, it's staring at you, staring at it, staring at you. Well, you're going to win this metaphorical staring contest this time. You're going to send that email, make that phone call, you're going to start that project plan, and you're going to say, you know what, you've spent too long on my to-do list, sapping my energy, making me feel really just a bit rubbish. And I bet that if you do that, you'll instantly feel relieved. If you do, please let me know in the comments below. I'd really like to hear from you. Number 2 is procrastination. It's got a really bad name, hasn't it? So let's talk about, I can't be bothered. No, sorry, the jokes are just going to be as bad as that all the way through. Now, procrastination, it's something that we all suffer with from time to time. If we didn't, it wouldn't have a name, would it? So what you need to do is you need to accept procrastination and understand that it's going to happen from time to time. And it's not necessarily a really bad, evil thing. So if you do find yourself just thinking about other things from time to time and just not wanting to get started, then try and be consciously aware of that. Try and understand that you're procrastinating. And what you want to do is allow yourself to do that, but try and put a limit on it and try and bring that limit down bit by bit until you find yourself actually getting on with the task more often than not. So don't be afraid of procrastination. Don't let it have that power over you. Don't let it be something that saps your energy. Accept it, find a way to deal with it, and you'll get things done much faster. Number 3 is to stop questioning yourself and stop comparing yourself to other people. We all work in different ways, and I see it all the time. You've got some people that will give you all the technical jargon in the world at work. They'll bang on about their PDSA cycles and they'll talk about their Kanban graphs or charts or whatever it is. And that's okay, because that's what works for them. You may be someone that actually just likes to crack on and get on with it. You're probably doing PDSA cycles all the time anyway, you just don't realise you're doing them. And that's all right too. So you don't need to be talking about these things all the time. And if you are talking about these things all the time because that's how you work, then that's cool too. Don't judge yourself against what somebody else is doing. Now, you may be looking at your mate GURPS, who's got 5,000 folders in his email, and he's got 0 emails in his inbox. It's all clean and it looks great, and your inbox is just the aftermath of the apocalypse. It doesn't matter, don't worry about that, because if that's the way you work, then that's okay, because GURPS clearly works differently. Now, there was even a research study done a while back which looked at what was most effective, having lots of folders or just putting everything in your inbox and using the search facility. Now, it found out that actually just sticking everything in your inbox and using the search worked better and was actually more time efficient. But that was working for these people. Now, just because you've got 5,000 folders, if that works for you and it helps you feel organised and it gives you power, then that's okay. What I'm saying is work your way. Don't work the way you think A, B, C and D are working. So number 4 is saying it's okay to be daunted by that new piece of work that falls on your desk. I once heard from a really great man whose name I forget at the moment, that there are no such thing as challenges, merely opportunities. And I just really think that's a really powerful phrase. And it's really part of the positive mindset, as it allows you to reframe and refocus things that possibly could have got you down previously. An opportunity, that tells me, oh, I can get something good out of this, I can go on, I can achieve, I can do something wonderful. A challenge is, oh, this is going to be difficult, it's going to be a long, hard slog. So this daunting new piece of work, which at first looks like it's going to be really difficult, try and reframe it, try and say, wow, this is an opportunity, and take it from there, because you can achieve really great things. Now, let's, instead of looking at the nuts and bolts of what we're going to have to do, look at the end outcome and what we're going to achieve by being successful at the end of this. Does it mean that we're going to ace that test because we've done all the really difficult study? Does it mean that we're going to have a fantastic performance review because we have absolutely nailed our latest project? Does it mean we're going to guarantee that bonus at the end of the year because this piece of work is fantastic? So let yourself be daunted by the task at first. Then take the opportunity to reframe it, refocus it, and say, yeah, it's an opportunity, it's not a challenge. See if it works for you. Number 5, so what's that you say? You're working in a team? Well, that presents opportunities in itself. So you're working with your colleague, Amy, who's been there much longer than you. She's done these projects before, and you're struggling with this project. You already know I'm going to go and tell you to speak to Amy about it, don't you? Go and speak to Amy, find out from her experiences what's worked well in the past, what hasn't worked well. Use her to help you be accountable to try and achieve your latest piece of work. Let her bounce ideas off you, and you can bounce ideas off her too. Now, you might be thinking, is this purely selfish? I'm getting everything from her and she's not getting anything back. Well, if you're bouncing ideas off her as well, it may be that you say something to Amy that will allow her to go on and fix one of the problems that she's been facing. Certainly, when you put two minds into something, you've got twice the brain power. Now that could be really powerful, and it can also help you build the relationship with your colleagues and your friends and your classmates if you're in school and you're thinking about doing this project or studying for this exam. Use the people around you to your benefit, because it will benefit them also. So, number 6. So the grass has grown now, the paint has dried, and you've somehow reached the end of that endless Spotify playlist, and that task is still sitting on your to-do list. It's like an endless thumb war. Now, how can we tackle this? Well, another idea is just to visualize yourself starting to do it. So if it's about writing that new presentation, open PowerPoint so it's ready. If it's a new report, open Word, get it ready. And then just say to yourself, I've got 20 minutes, I'm going to make a start. Just start to put something on paper. If you can't think of the beginning, but you can think of the middle, then write the middle. We can come to the beginning later. If you can think of what your conclusion is going to be for your report, then write your conclusion first. And you can come back and you can build the bones later. But just start. This will make you feel so much better. Put something on paper. You can do it. So we're on to the bonus one, 6.5. And this one really works well for me. And it's time blocking in your calendar. So it's about putting in a chunk of time, say 2 hours in the morning or the afternoon, whenever you can find it, to just concentrate on that report that you've now got to write. Now, it doesn't matter if you're not going to finish writing the whole report in that 2 hours. If it's going to take 3 hours, but you're going to do it in 2-hour segments here and there, just block your calendar, turn off your phone, put yourself on Do Not Disturb, and just focus on that. Let people know that you're not contactable for those 2 hours unless it's an emergency. And just really start to focus in and start to do some really deep work on it. It will help you move it forwards. And if you've managed to do a full 2 hours work, then you're going to have something tangible at the end of it. And if you can then do another 2-hour block tomorrow, you're going to have 4 hours of really solid work. And you've already got the foundations of this big report that you're writing now. Now look at it in that sense and think, I can really push myself forward. Get it blocked in your calendar. Don't let people disturb you. Don't let you disturb yourself. And that's key. You're the next future CEO after all. Now I hope you found one of those tips helpful, either be it blocking time, accepting procrastination, or just visualising yourself starting. And I really think you can have a really positive day on the back of this. If you want to find out more about whether a positive mindset and positive thinking really works, then please check out my last video where it goes into more detail about that. And that leaves me with nothing left to say than thanks for watching everyone, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Have a really positive day.